She looked me in the eye and she said, "You may touch my bananas." Ultimate power. Hello world, I have a very exciting thing to show you today. I gave a little hint about it in my community tab. If you don't know that I post on the community tab like a daily journal, like a diary. I wanna let you know what I'm up to when I'm not posting videos, so definitely go check that out. I post my updates on my 3D printed models that I'm designing, things that I'm running into, problems that I'm running into, and solutions for that to help you on your journey to designing your own 3D printed models and dabble in electronics. It's hard stuff and you need somebody to be cheering you on in your corner, and I'm your guy, okay? And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, do it right now. Click the bell. It takes 0.2 seconds so that you can get hints, tips, and tricks on how to be an amateur electronics and 3D printing enthusiast, just like myself. I wanna get straight into it. I picked this up at the recent Maker Faire in Philly. That's right, I went to the 3D printing fair for the East Coast in September. It was great, there was a lot of people there. There was a great energy there. It was really exciting, actually. I was really impressed. After that, I went to the Maker Faire in Philly and I met some really cool people there. And one of the booths that was there immediately caught my eye. I was zoned into it. It looked like just a table, but looks can be deceiving. It turned out to be one of the most unique things that I came across, and I'm very excited to show you what it is. I present to you the Syntha Set. Look how beautiful that is. This is designed by Dave at microkits.net. It is a cassette-sized analog synthesizer. That's correct. It is an analog synthesizer in the form of a 1980s, 1990s cassette tape. We're all my 80s kids out there. You'll see it comes in this little case, just like a cassette player. By the way, I have a simple little YouTube short displaying this 1980s era Panasonic chunky button, ASMR friendly cassette player. This thing is a massive brick. It smells just a little bit, but you know what? It is functional, and I think it looks pretty good. Who would have thought back in the day this thing would be kind of collectible desk item? This does not work in there, and I'll show you why. Because this is its own little device. Now check that out. That is absolutely beautiful. This is on a printed circuit board, obviously, and these are the contacts that form as the keyboard for the music that you can create. You'll see on the back there are some complicated circuitry going on right there. That is a lot of work. When I saw this thing, I was like, man, that is impressive, and they let me play with it. That's right. That's why I wanted to buy it. I came across this booth, and then there was this lady behind the booth, and she looked me in the eye and she said, "You may touch my bananas." Give me a minute to put that into context. Hey, get your mind out of the gutter. Focus. I'm gonna need to show you a closer look so that we can go over all of the details and features that this thing has. It is absolutely packed with value, and I've been playing with it, and I can't wait to show you. Let's take a closer look. So first thing I noticed is this thing is very visually appealing, and it makes me very curious. I already know what a cassette is. The newer generation might not know what a cassette player is or does, but that's fine because this is still very visually appealing. So you can see all of the pads here. These are what helps to complete the circuit, I believe, is the way it works. Go ahead and crack this bad boy open. Yeah, oh, I remember that little squeak. So here is the Syntha Set in all of its beautiful glory. You'll notice that there is a tuning button so you can change the pitch. There's vibrato, there's the power switch. There is a headphone jack, which is more modern than companies like Apple and Samsung have these days now. And there is a volume dial. Now flipping over to the back, there's a lot more going on. This is all of the circuits, and I think the reason why Dave left this exposed is because he is approaching this from a STEM. He's pitching it as a STEM product, which I think it is good. I think that it does fulfill that role. I think the reason why there is no case, although I would suggest putting a removable type of case on the back, is he wants people to see all of the different components that are required to make this thing function the way it is. It's kind of like a, like a naked bike, like a naked motorcycle would be. This is the equivalent of that. So right away you can see the speaker is right here and it's very cleverly placed. It does look like, you know, the old school tapes that you would have. Actually, you know what? I got a few of them lying around right here. Look at this. This is an old Sony cassette tape, and look at that, it looks exactly like the original cassette tapes. Very nice touch. So obviously we're gonna put in 2 AAA batteries. I like that it's AAA, and I do understand, like I said, it is a STEM type of product that he wants to bring to the market. For mass adoption though, if you were gonna have this as a sort of a gadget, a novelty type of thing, it would definitely need, like I said, a case, and then maybe people, I guess they would want a slimmer battery option, although it's very difficult to ship battery type of stuff. And so I understand why he chose to do this. So I think it's fine. So here's some added value that is better than what Apple does for some of their products these days. He has provided a USB-C type power connector. So you could play for a long time with no need to recharge or whatever, but the battery life does last quite a while. So let's go ahead and plug this in. All right, and let's go ahead and turn this thing on. So you have some flat notes, the sharp notes. This is just, you know, it's a keyboard, and he has the octave right here. Pretty cool. So here's the tuner in action. Now you'll notice I have vibrato turned on. I like the way the vibrato sounds way better than the normal one. This sounds more like an Atari. Pretty cool. And you could even play some of your favorite tunes from your favorite things. Let's turn on the vibrato. Oh yeah. With the flip of a switch and the touch of a few of these pads, you could be making your own Atari sounding, old school type synthesizer sounds. You can make songs. You know, there's definitely a way that you can connect this up to a computer or some sort of, you know, interface, and you can record the output. I mean, how cool is that? It's awesome. This is labeled. It says touchpad sensors, the power management. It's got the synth number. And yes, it's FCC compliant right there. And then there's the vibrato. This is totally a learning device amplifier. So I guess if you were, you could pitch it as, you know, 2 different types of products if you wanted. You could go as in-depth as you want, or you could just give it away as, you know, a novelty gift type of thing. I mean, this thing absolutely sings. So he does provide some instructions and a little diagram of how this thing works and how you're supposed to use it. And he has it all labeled right here. This is a great little diagram. I think this is a great little picture. I noticed it says other side shows you how you can make your own keyboard. And this is what the lady behind the booth that I met at the time, she had these bananas, and she said, I said, what are the bananas for? And she's like, oh yeah, you can play it. And I was like, what? And she says, yeah, you can play the banana. So they had it hooked up just like this. Yeah, they had the ground wire, and it says connect the clips to the touchpads, clip through the hole, not onto the pad. So you clip it up like that. And they were nice enough to send me a pack of alligator clips. I don't know if he's gonna do this for all of them, but for these first batch of things, I think it's definitely great. The way that it works is very simple. These are conductive, you know, bananas, and you can connect them to anything that is slightly conductive in order to help complete the circuit. And I noticed here, they suggest using fruits and veggies, crafting clay or dough, metallic objects, you and your friends. So there's a lot that you can work with here. There's a lot of fun that you can have. And I think this is an absolute home run. David is on Amazon. They also have their website, microkits.net. Share a video on social media of you playing the Syntha Set. Okay, challenge accepted, Dave. I call it the beer alarm. The beeraphone. Absolutely crushed that one, bro. Now, I'm not into trains, but I couldn't resist. So once again, this was created by Dave at microkits.net. It is the Syntha Set, and I think it is a great gift. It is a great little gadget. It's hard to find a lot of gadgets that you're willing to pay for, and he is pitching this as a type of STEM type of toy for people of all ages to learn from. There's definitely a lot going on here. I do have some suggestions for the next iterations. You can see he has, you know, the first edition printed on the back here. I would take these little switches here and I would swap them out for something more like a toggle switch, like an on-off where you push it in and you push it again and it releases, like with a spring. And I would encase the whole back as long, I mean, it fits into the back of the cassette player. So if you could protect the back in some way, maybe have some sort of, you know, slide backing here that you can unlock and lock into place. It would protect the back and it would just be more aesthetically attractive overall. But this is, for a first iteration, this is fantastic, and I'm glad that he got it to the market when he did. So good job, Dave. I look forward to seeing whatever else you make in the future. Again, that's microkits.net. I don't get anything from recommending his amazing creation. I think he's done a lot of work and he needs to get some credit. Make sure to check out my previous live streams where you can see my creation process of 3D printing design. You can see all of the stuff that I'm doing on my community tab. It's YouTube's biggest waste of opportunity, really. Check out my really boring coding live streams and tutorials here where I show you how things work, basic electronics. It's a really, really difficult, complex topic, and it takes a lot of time to understand, but once you get the concepts, really, the possibilities are endless, and you combine that with 3D printing where you can make your own mechanical stuff, and really the sky's the limit. So I'm very excited. Stay tuned, stay grounded, stay positive, and I'll see you on the next one. And don't touch my bananas.